Hey, hello. Hey, folks. Welcome back to 3D Hangouts. Can you hear me? Yes.
Did my screen?
Uh-oh. You glitched for a bit. Anyway, welcome to 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is, let me see here. Yeah, this is it's November 5th, 2025, episode 505. We are live streaming on all the usual networks. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So if you want to say hello, we can bring in chats, comments, questions from those channels. And also, we are on the Adafruit Discord. Come and say hello. Drop us a link or a GIF, a GIF, a meme, a comment, a question. We're hanging out there. The URL for that is discord.gg/adafruit. And we'll take a couple minutes to let folks come on in. We streaming on time this week. We got a new Learn Guide. We have prototypes. We have Shop Talk. We have a time-lapse Tuesday. We have a playground note that we're going to take a look at. Some updates to last week's project, or I guess last 2 weeks ago. And let's scurry on over to adafruit.com/free and see all the details on that. What's that?
I'm laughing at Rufio.
The dog.
Nibble at his hind as he grunts. He's like,
that's fun. Oh, cute boy. All right, let's see. So adafruit.com/free. We'll start off with orders of $99 or more. You are going to get a free PCB coaster with a golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you get the PCB plus the Adafruit AB2040. It's that lovely RP2040 microcontroller. And at the top tier, $199, you get the KB2040 PCB coaster and free UPS ground shipping. These get automatically added to your cart. And while you're at checkout, why don't you use our 10% off discount code, POOLJAM. All one word, POOLJAM. That'll get you 10% off all physical goods that are in stock in the Adafruit shop. All right. And
don't forget distributors.
If you are outside of the United States and you are looking to purchase some stuff at Adafruit and not have to spend a giant import fee, we can go to adafruit.com/distributors and look for your country of origin and see what kind of distributor you might be able to order from. All of these lovely places are listed here, broken down by country. We have a ton of them, so check them out. All right, that's the spiel. Let me check back in and say what's up to everyone hanging out in Discord. Give some shout outs to Duester and Squid.jpg. Good morning. Thank you for joining us live on today's show. All right, that's good. All right. This week, Pedro, you got a nice collab project with Brent Rubel, who's on the Adafruit IO team. What are you guys cooking?
All right. This week we are launching the pool notification MagTag Ink powered project here. So we were showing this off last week. Super cool. It is using Whippersnapper to set up all of the components for the servo. And then we built a dashboard that communicates with it. So you can notify your neighbors or kids when it is time. Oh,
not thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
I don't know. AI read it wrong.
Is it looking at my thumb right here?
There it is.
There you go. Thumbs up.
Excellent.
So you can notify the neighbors when it is time to hang out. Doesn't have to be a pool party. It can be for, I don't know, when the kids are out of school, everybody's in the street having fun, riding their bikes and whatnot. And this is manually controlled through the dashboard. So super cool way to have a physical way to notify the children's or any people.
Yeah, this will be great for like a in office. You know, hey, we got pizza, we got donuts. This would let everyone know, boop, we got some food in the break room. And you can customize the message, say whatever you want with some limitations, of course. There are more and more features coming to Whippersnapper and Adafruit.io, so you can do more displays. So definitely check it out. It is in beta, but definitely let us know, you know, what you find. There was some fun text layout ideas from Lauren, who's also on the Adafruit.io team, that I think you can use like some extra spacing and characters to like center the text. And at some point we'll be able to get bigger, maybe different fonts, maybe different font sizes. That'd be really cool as well.
Yeah, this definitely puts us aware to having bigger fonts, maybe graphics or something like that to display when things happen.
Yeah,
but the way it is right now, you are able to have like I don't know, sensors that might drive the sensor or the servo. So let's say when the pool temperature reaches a certain temperature, it'll have the alert go up, or you can have it SMS you. So there is more expandability.
Yeah, you can do the AQI monitor where like it's throws the canary up or down when there's too much CO2 or too many ppms. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. And it's really nice to have the MagTag 2025 edition supported now with Whippersnapper and Adafruit.io, so you can quickly connect things. Like you were just able to plug and play that servo and then control it however you wish. And the servo mount is just a simple add-on to the existing enclosure. So if you have purchased our Adafruit MagTag Enclosure, that can just get added on to these two mounting holes there. So expanding upon the already designed thing is really smart.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. When thinking of the design, was looking at, I don't know, maybe mounting to the back so you could see it from the back side, but having it attached to like a magnetic surface with the included, or not included, but the optional magnetic feet, that would be super cool. So having it on the side and then compatible with the MagTag case that you designed that is now in the shop.
Yep. It's open. It's an open source design. So if you want to take the STLs or the step file, you can bring that into FreeCAD or Tinkercad and make modifications to the case. We put a lot of time into, you know, exposing all the right components, making sure that the display has full viewing display view. Of course, the built-in kickstand if you want to have it on your desk.
That's right.
And yeah, it is in stock. Wasn't in stock last week. I think it came in stock right as the show ended or so. But you have the option to purchase the case if you like.
Or you can just print one.
Or you can just print one.
Colors.
Yeah, it is designed for printing with FDM machine with no supports.
Yes.
Cool. All right, shall we transition to the Learn Guide?
Jump into the guide for this. Make sure I have my pointer on the right screen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here is the guide for this. Just went live last night. Push this out. Here is all of the software setup and the files for you to print out. Shout out to, I think it was Bert that we saw this posted about inspired by, and he made a splash flag. I have it set up differently. I have it.
You're trying to open it.
Yeah, I have it open, but it's it's the way I shared this. I think it was just to that tab, not to.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, check out the link. You can check out Bert's project and all of his other projects. This is a video, I believe, too. You can check out his project. Yeah, this is cool. It's using one of those character displays. and I think it's an ESP32 kind of board thing going on. Yeah, so check it out.
Is it like an Arduino or something? Yeah, so that's amount of steps that it took to get this going. Yeah. So we wanted to make a vastly simpler way to do this with the actions and the components, using a whippersnapper and Adafruit. So here's our take on that. Super simple control. The parts are, well, not the MagTag. It'll be in hopefully. Trying to make more. The servo, it's just plug and play using the 3-pin JST version. So I wanted to make sure that was easy to go with. And then optionally, if you don't have a ferrous magnetic back wall wherever you're going to attach this, in our case it was the aluminum framing for the gate, you can have these magnetic pins with the M3 tape on the back, so you can have that attached. Optionally, if you want to do the cable management, like the right angle USB adapter, you can use the free version of Adafruit.io, but you can also get the 1 year IO Plus. That'll give you access to more devices, and then the mini feet for attaching. Jump over to the CAD files. Here's where you can download the MagTag case as well as the servo mount for that. We of course have the Fusion 360 files that allow you to download any of the formats like STEP or FBX, whatever you want to use. And what does that look like in the Fusion? I know we're going to add the link. It's this one.
Whoa, I think I saw it download something.
Oh, yeah, it should open the window. Am I clicking on?
Here, let me try it on mine as well. We might have run into a bug. Hold tight, everyone.
Hold on, maybe I didn't even add the link. Yep, there is no link. I will put that in there as soon as.
Oh no! A little bit of oversight.
Yeah.
All right, let me make a note.
I'll add that.
And files to. Whoops.
Though should be there. Yeah, the STLs are there.
Okay.
And you are going to need some support for the servo mount, just because of the way that the
oh, I see. Yeah,
that it allows you to fit it onto the side of the MagTag case. But just super simple tree supports for that. The wiring, again, simple, plugs right into one of the JST ports. We just have it into D10 for wire management.
Yep.
Assembly, you have a whole page on assembling the case for that, just like fitting in the buttons and the slide switch. And then where the servo is mounted, it inserts between these two little walls that hold the tabs in place. And all of these mount with the included hardware that come with the servo. So you have the screws that go into the tabs, and then the servo horns are also included using the single-armed horn. And the horn also includes the little tiny hardware for that. And it holds the flag in place. It press fits in, and then to secure it down, you'll use one of the smallest screws that come with the servo horn. You'll align that to, I believe it's the left side of the MagTag case when it's facing you, and then arrange the wires just so they're on the back, so they're not flopping over. You do have some space on the inner part of the mount there to sort of coil up the wires so they're not all over the place. And like we were saying before, you can use those magnetic backings to adhere to any surface that is, I don't know, like aluminum, like the gate or something, making it super easy to attach to any surface.
Nice, very nice.
So Brett did the whippersnapper setup pretty easy in terms of the way that it is able to install WipperSnapper right on the device page. So nice little walkthrough on that. Even the button combo that you use to put it into the mode for installation. And then setting up your I/O device. That is going, and then the components. Like setting up the Eink display component and the servo component. Second part of this section will be going into how to set up your actions. So how you have the triggers that will have the servo go to the certain angle, so you can play with that too. If like the servo has like different angles for that, we showed how to adjust those with the sliders that are on there. And it shows you which blocks to pick, like the logic blocks to have it set up, what angle to set it at, and then your text, and then what is controlling the arm. So nice explanatory way to set that up, and then how to set up your timer actions and your delays. So it will automatically, go down after about an hour or whatever set time you have that you choose. Let's see. And then building your dashboard to have the UI element of this, so you can operate this on your phone or mobile device or just a web browser. How to set all that up. And then just usage, how to have it trigger. Mobile phone is going to be the easiest, I think, but again, any like web browser based mobile device will be able to have access to that. And then what was the last thing? The text size. Yeah, we were talking about how to give it some more spacing so you can like center the text more.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how to set it up. Nice little way to have a physical notifier.
Very nice.
Alerted.
Yep. Cool. While you were walking through that, I went ahead and added a share link to the CAD page and I tested it out. So it should be all good.
Oh, let's test.
Yeah. It should open up the mount plus the
case design.
The case design, yeah. So it's all in there. It looks pretty good. And you can download it using the download button at the top right. And yeah, all the things are there. So you got the servo horn and the mount. You can print it in whatever color you want. Maybe add some text if you want to the mount, make it say something fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun customization options. It's standard micro servo.
Yeah. So if you want to change the shape of the flag, you can totally change that around.
Yep.
One thing I just realized, if you're using the kickstand on the back and it's on the desk, the flag will totally hit me. Right. But if you get rid of the little pointy flag part, that should work.
Yeah. Or you can extend it out or something.
Or make it shorter, yeah.
Or mount it somewhere else, whatever makes sense,
Yeah, I mean, it could go on the back, but I wanted to make sure that the stand would still operate for that.
Right.
It's just the flag part of the horn that would hit the desk if it was if you were using it that way.
All right. Cool. All right. So check it out. Brent asked if we can use the case from the Adafruit shop as well. Yes, you can. Yeah, it's pretty much the same file. Just printed different material on a different machine. But the tolerances are all the same. Mounting holes are the same distance.
Exactly.
So good. Yeah.
Yep. That's one of the things I wanted to make sure that because I knew it was going in the store soon or close to the project release. So we wanted to make sure that no additional printing if you wanted that. Really nice. It's using the JLC black resin, right?
Yep. That's it.
Pretty good.
Cool. All right. Shout out to Brent for his smarts, his collab. Yeah, check it out. So if anyone wants to pick up maybe a servo or some other stuff, please use our coupon code POOLJAM. Get 10% off your order.
The pool is now closed.
That's funny.
What I say, 38 degrees.
Yeah, my bad. There it is. Yeah, the poo's closed.
It's cold.
Nice. All right. Are we ready to move on to prototype?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this week's prototyping.
All right. So I'm working on another retro computer inspired project for the Adafruit Fruit Jam. And this week I'm working, or for this one, we did the Mac Classic a couple weeks ago. Now we're working on an Apple IIe inspired enclosure for the Fruit Jam. So I'm starting off with designing my own keyboard using the Adafruit Ortho Snap Apart Neo keys. So I like this 40% keyboard layout. So that's what I want to go with. I was able to find a pack of these, what are they called? Koa profiled
KOA.
keycaps. What are they called?
KOA.
KOA. KOA. So they have these really nice Apple inspired keycaps. I'm just using some Wisteria Cherry MX compatible key switches. I have the KB2040 mounted here. That will be the USB HID keyboard running QMK or KMK, whatever it is. I just got a little 3D printed bracket for these, but you get these sheets of ortho linear key switches, PCB key switches that has NeoPixels built into them. They're kind of zigzagged, and all you got to do is solder up some wires for the rows and columns to the KB2040. So this is kind of like the main heart of the Apple IIg, the Apple IIe project, because I kind of want to be able to have a swappable keycap, so you can pick the kind of keys you want, the kind of keycaps you want, and you'll just use a USB C cable to connect to the Fruit Jam inside the Apple II case. I don't have the case designed yet because I'm still sorting out the actual kind of main thing of the keyboard. Yeah. And this is called a 40% key layout. So that'll have 48 keys. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it kind of like a mini, kind of like how we did with the classic Mac. We scaled it down to like 1.5 scale ratio. So I want to do the same thing with the Apple II, because the Apple II is kind of big, and I just want to scale it a little bit down so that I can fit it on my Bamboo Labs X1C, which has a build volume of 256 cubed. So I want to be able to fit it within that. I think that'll work out well. Otherwise, if I designed it for a full-size keyboard, it would be a lot more parts. I'd have to kind of clamp them together. And I'd rather just, make it a nice smaller version. So that's what I got going on right now. Yeah, hopefully in the next week, I'll have some actual CAD stuff that I can show off. So that's what I'm prototyping. Also, last week, I took some time to play with the Pico Mac emulator for Fruit Jam, and here's what I came up with. Let me share that now. So this is these are images being displayed on the Pico Mac emulator on the Fruit Jam. So this was kind of tricky, and it took like a day to figure this out. So these are picked images. This is the quick draw native image file format for Retro Macs. Here's the Adafruit logo right here. And in another couple seconds, we're going to cycle through a couple different images, picked images, that I was able to transfer over to a custom build of the Pico Mac emulator using Mini VMac, which is the desktop equivalent for Mac, Linux, and Windows, so that you can kind of create the workflow for different files. So what I have here is the After Dark screensaver, which has a built-in slideshow, which makes this a lot easier. So check out, let's do this Fruit Jam logo here. So this is a picked viewer, and I can display images now on this. Look, it's got this Donald Duck icon. So this is a very, very strange way I found this stuff out. So picked viewer was a part of the Apple disk floppy image that was supposed to help these traditional monochrome Macs that use the 68K architecture to run colored images that you can run on like other Macs in the 90s, but like to kind of do like a backwards compatibility, so you can view picked images on your old school Mac. So the picked viewer does the kind of decoding and the RGB to color to monochrome. Here's Adabot. Let's take a look at Adabot here. And you can see this is actually a full colored image, but the pick viewer app decodes it and does all the dithering and grayscaling and stuff. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So my whole thing was like, how do I get images that I made on a modern computer onto this ancient System 7? I think it is System 753.
Hey, that's what I started out in.
Exactly, yeah. But this is like even older, because this was like a special, build for 6800 processor, Motorola processors that ran on the Mac 128, 512, and the Mac Classic. Those didn't have color, and that was kind of the reason why I think they made this Apple Color disk, so that you can run, Quick Draw, which eventually became QuickTime. And QuickTime, I could not get it to install on here, so you're not going to be able to play QuickTime videos on here. It's just too old. And there are some 1990s software that would run JPEGs, but the processor just couldn't do it. It could not decode a JPEG image. So I had to use this picked viewer thing. So let me switch over now to my so if you go to Adafruit Playground notes here, and under Learn and then Playground, you see all the different notes. I came up with a note, and I basically documented what I had to do. So starting off with like just getting the mini VMac workflow running by downloading, an M1 compatible app, and then running through. They have like these tutorials that they call recipes that teaches you how to install import FL, which will allow you to bring modern files onto the Pico, well, rather the mini VMac emulator, and that is what allows you to, kind of get files off your modern drive into the emulator, and then you can run the image onto Fruit Jam. There's a little bit of a workflow, but it's documented here. And then I talk a little bit about the picked format. I ended up using a Mac app called Graphic Converter, because I just couldn't, like Photoshop doesn't let you export picked formats, neither does Preview. Not anymore, right? But it still supports it. Like, it's a native image file type for Macintosh that still works. It'll open in Preview, but you just can't export it out. So anyway, I got this app. You can use a free trial of it. It'll convert JPEGs, bitmaps into whatever crazy. It even has the ability to export Mac Paint file format, which I tried here, but it didn't work, and I'll tell you why. So I ended up going with this picked viewer, which I tell you where to get the. Big shout out to MacintoshGarden.org. This is where you can get all the the 80s and 90s software that will run on the Pico Mac emulator. And so I was able to get this. I love that Donald Duck. He's looking very angry from copyright Apple 1989. So even though I was able to convert my JPEG images to a picked using the Graphic Converter app, when I brought them back into the emulator, they were not recognized as a picked file type. Okay, so how do you change a file type on a ancient Mac? The answer is ResEdit. Remember ResEdit? Yeah. ResEdit is amazing. It allows you to change the resources from a file that could be corrupted, and for whatever reason, when you bring over the file, even though it has the right file extension, this ancient Mac emulator doesn't know what it is. It sees it as a binary file. So you use ResEdit, you install that, and then you open the document, and then you just change the file type from binary to picked, and you change it to whatever this is, MDTS as the creator, save it, and now those corrupted
Nice.
picked images will display on your ancient Mac, which I think is so cool. So it took me a little bit to figure this out, but I guess that means that I can like repair the Mac Paint files that I was able to convert from JPEG to Mac Paint, so I can open it in Mac Paint, because Mac Paint won't open picked images either, or at least version 1 won't. So it's the whole idea is like, how do I get modern images into the Pico Mac emulator? And then the last thing I did was, of course, what you just saw was doing a little slideshow, thanks to After Dark with their slideshow. You give you a nice black background and it'll center the image for you. You just got to be aware that, the resolution for the Pico Mac emulator, it can go up to 1024, but for my classic Mac build here, it's 800 by 480. Sorry, this one. Yeah, this one. So I had to export my images to be a little bit smaller than that. And yeah, I mean, I just wanted to display the Fruit Jam logo. But it's cool that it does it now. And that's, I don't know. I thought that's pretty cool. Now I can make Mac Paint files too, and maybe, I don't know, make a retro banner or something. And of course, there's also ability to take files out. So if I created something in Mac Paint here, I can use the Export FL app right here to export stuff. But of course, the workflow is all done through your desktop, where you have the mini VMac installation. So that's kind of the workflow, and then you kind of deploy your disk image to the Fruit Jam once it's all set and good. Yeah, I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot about mini VMac, how to swap and install different disk images, and just the limitations of the 68K architecture that the Pico Mac emulator is built off of. Wild stuff, man.
I cannot.
So if anybody, what's that?
I cannot remember what we were doing in ResEdit, but I remember we were always in ResEdit.
I believe we had this whole thing where we wanted to customize the icons. Do you remember that?
Oh,
that was a big thing.
That's what it is. Yeah.
When you could customize your icons on a Mac and create your own icons, like that's what got us into graphic design and just being really nerdy with like kind of file types and stuff. Yeah, ResEdit. So this is ResEdit, what is it, 2.13, which is like from the night. Look at that, you get a little animation. So that. Cool. Yeah, isn't that so cool? Yeah, to see it though in monochrome, black and white, is pretty gnarly. And yeah, it's meant to fix corrupt files, but also change things like icons and whatnot. Yeah, so that's really cool. So here, I'll just do a quick open, and then you can see there's like nothing displayed here in the file. I'm not sure why, but when you go get file info, this is where all the kind of metadata is, where you would change the file type, the creator of the file, and any other things like when it was created, how many bytes, if it can be shared, or if it's if it has a label, if it's an invisible file. Remember, you could you would use this to view invisible files to repair whatever, hidden files for the Mac. So that was really cool. It was very nostalgic to go in here and have this problem that took a few steps to figure out. I don't have a keyboard here, so I can't quit. There we go. So yeah, there you go. I have a playground note if folks want to walk through and get images on their Pico Mac emulator. Yeah, that was cool. It was a lot. That's why I wrote this whole documentation thing, because it really wasn't there's a couple discussions on Reddit or whatever, and none of them are thoroughly here's how you repair a file, because that was my main thing, is you sure you can convert your JPEG into a pict, but what happens when it don't work? Well, ResEdit is the answer. An ancient, and I had to try different versions of RedEdit, some of them weren't built to run on the 128 Mac, and this was the only version that would run. And then you run into storage issues, I need to delete all the apps that are on here so that I can install, or you would create a new image with a bigger storage, because you have to emulate the hard drive some way, so you have to give it a fixed storage. So there's a lot of learning, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It took a day, but there you go. So check it out on the Adafruit Playground. Donald Duck. What a I wonder if Disney knows about this. They'd probably sue them. You can't have Donald Duck.
It's probably in public domain, like the Steamboat.
Maybe, I guess.
Maybe.
I mean, I think it's got to be Donald Duck, right? That's Donald Duck.
That looks just like him.
Yeah. It's funny that they use that as the thing. Yeah. Pretty obscure, but there you go. All right. So that's that. I have one more thing to talk about during our shop talk segment. Let me go back to us and just show it. Here it is. A full color retro inspired Adafruit logo. This is the 6 colors from the traditional 6 color Apple logo. And this is a full color resin print from JLC PCB. And let me see if I can show it off. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's glossy. It's nice.
Wow.
It's solid. It's not hollow. So it's got a nice heft to it. It's very bubbly because I created it using splines in Fusion 360. And this was just a test to see how JLC's full color resin printing process looks like. And I thought it'd be cool to test this out with a full colored 3D model of the Adafruit logo. So this is what it is. Now, of course, we can do 4 colors on our FDM machine, but you can see it's not as pretty. You know, it's all flat. It's not bubbly because with a resin print, you can just go all crazy and have tons of supports and just rip them off. But yeah, they have a nice oil varnish finish that you can apply to it. And the colors look pretty good. You just kind of upload your file and you can assign different colors. Mine was a little bit different because I have a step file that I had color data in. The other thing is that you would have like a texture model for your OBJ file, and then JLC is able to take that file. So let me show you folks the JLC PCB website here. It's called the White Jet process. It's an advanced 3D printing method that combines digital imaging, material deposition to achieve full color multi-material voxel level 3D printing. It uses high resolution imaging to capture fine details and deposits specialized white ink materials in precise layers, creating high quality detailed and realistic 3-dimensional objects. So here's just a couple of their examples. Like I remember seeing this stuff here. Where you have like this kind of like an organ. So you have this clear resin and then you have like the veins and stuff like that. So really cool demos. They have a max build size of this, which isn't too big. And they have a minimum build size of 5x5. Kind of similar things where the minimum wall thickness is like 0.8. Clearances between parts, 0.2. So they have all that there. It was not cheap. This costs $20 in just parts, and then it's like another $20-$30 for shipping. I had a coupon because I had a quality control issue from one of my last prototypes, and they gave me that $20. So this ended up being $1 plus $30 shipping. That's fine. I wanted to test this stuff out anyway. So now I know that you can use Fusion 360 and step files with color data in it, and it'll bring it in nicely. So yeah, pretty cool. Little bit of testing here using JLC's White Jet process, or WJP, to make cool full color parts. I mean, when else are we going to need full color parts, right? So I thought it'd be cool with this thing.
Yeah, the clear is pretty cool.
Is nuts. Yeah, being able to do like a clear thing with like internal colored parts is pretty neat. The other thing that I wasn't sure is that to create this color, I actually used the split body feature to split this into 6 different bodies and then assign colors to all the bodies. So when I brought it in as a step file, it's a step file, one step file, but within it, it has individual bodies. So one of the errors that came up is like, hey, multiple shells detected. Are you sure you want to print it? And I just bit the bullet and said, yeah, go ahead. But because there's no spacing between the individual bodies, I guess it fuses together. So I was like, it's either going to come in one full merged part, or I'm going to get 6 individual parts that are shipped to me, right? You don't know because they don't tell you, but as long as the bodies are all touching, you know, with like 0% clearance, it'll fuse it. So this is a good technique for good tips, I think, anyway, for creating a full color step file. Yeah, and then JLC has almost like how Bamboo Slicer has the ability to assign colors. They have a similar thing where you can assign colors, paint colors, and that sort of thing. But I avoided all that because I did all the color stuff in Fusion, because they have, you know, colors as a part of the materials that you can apply to different bodies in Fusion. So that was cool. It's a nice little learning thing, and it's a good use to use my coupon, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you if folks want a full colored teddy bear or something, a heart, I'm still looking at their you know, just a teddy bear.
I'm surprised that I remember when we first started seeing the full colored inkjet stuff.
Yeah.
There's no gradient ones or examples, is there? Where
it says you can do gradients. Yeah. Where does it say that? I read it somewhere in their documentation that it could do gradients. I mean, you give it a what do you call it?
A start and an end color.
Well, when you do like a 3D scan, it gives you an OBJ and a something file, which has
the MT. Yeah.
What is it? MT something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they actually are expecting that when you're using an OBJ file for this. I think that where did I see? I saw some documentation on it. I forget where. So when you're ordering your part, you just click on that multicolor, full resin. I definitely recommend doing the oil spraying. I'm not seeing it now. Maybe 3D printing guide. Somewhere I read that it can do gradients, like just full color gradients. But maybe if I log in here, let me hide me real quick. Maybe if I log in, I can look at the file editor thing that allows you to apply the colors and stuff. Maybe there's some documentation there. Just a second. I'm looking at my order history.
Their little their coloring tool.
Yeah, here it is.
That gives you like a ramp tool.
Yeah, I can't quite. It's a pop-up window, so I can't really share it.
Oh.
But in there, it has you know, auto color assignment, model properties, and all that stuff. All the tools you need for changing colors.
So for the colors, it lets you do Pantone or color matching.
Just like the RGB color picker, but ideally you would, you know, whatever you're doing, like a scan or something, you just get an image file that's converted to this MT whatever texture file that's pretty normal with OBJ files. So I haven't done that, you know, in years. Pedro, I don't. You probably haven't done it in a while.
In Blender, where you
you can
your texture file.
MTL, right? Is that what it is?
Like you probably set all that up in like your UV texture map for the color.
Yeah, so they accept that file, the texture file, and you can do a full color 3D model of a scan of someone, for example, as long as it's within like the polygon count. I don't know what that is either, but there's documentation out there. Mine was a really simple, like there's literally just 6 colors here, man. I think that was the best because I don't see myself doing like a full color scan with a texture to print, but there's tutorials out there if folks want to do that. All right, that covered the show pretty good. Some retro stuff and some future stuff. All 3D printing.
Super cool.
All right. Well,
I got a comment from on Discord. Got to figure out how to have it insert an LED into that WJP model.
Yeah. and some sort of channel.
Yeah.
You have to insert it
Cavity.
yourself. Yeah, some sort of cavity.
There's a future thing right there. You can pick your component and where
Embed it.
how to route the wires. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pick the component for you, and your job is to hook up the power to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or
Cool. All
they
right.
combine the PCB you make with the print around the case. Whoa.
That would be neat. Yeah.
Wow. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be talking about that process in
I remember that being a thing. A couple years ago, there's a small company trying to do a 3D printer that like embeds, the conductive filament in the print to make 3-dimensional like circuit part thing. Do you remember that? Yeah, it was kind of
I can't remember.
It was kind of like a prototype Kickstarter kind of thing. I'm not sure whatever happened to it though. But the whole thing was that you can print, traces within a 3D print with conductive ink or something.
Familiar.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened to it. Yeah. All right, you ready for time lapse? What do we got this week?
Let's go ahead and jump into this week's Community Makes for Time Lapse Tuesday. What do we have? We have sort of migrating from Halloween over to Christmas. We have a skeleton reindeer.
Very nice. Yeah.
So we're using the Every Glow PLA. So it gives it a nice little glow in the dark in red.
Is it red? It looks pink to me.
Cool. Pink red.
Pink and red.
Yeah, you're right. It is pink.
Yeah.
It's a nice glow color though. It looks super cool. Forget that like almost every color has a glow in the dark color for it. So I wanted to test what that looked like. And here it is. Nice little flexible, flexy dead reindeer. With the way that it arcs, Declan was like, "Oh, it looks like he's pooping." But nice flexibility to like his tail and his ribs. It's what is it? Not his hooves. It's like arms. It looks kind of blown out with how saturated it is.
A little bit. Looks good though.
Yeah, it looks really good. Nice little display if you're if you're missing Halloween going into the winter season.
Yeah.
Nice little way to.
You're a big fan of, Nightmare Before Christmas.
There you go.
Remember Jack Skellington was riding some skeleton reindeer.
Oh, you're
kind of reminds me of that. So.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
That's cool.
I was watching it just the other day.
Yeah. So this is a model posted up by 3D Cutes, maybe 3D Cuties, on makerworld.com. It's a free model. You can download the 3MF or the STL, and there's two different versions. I see here they have two different lengths, 100 millimeters. You can boost it for positive energy. I don't see any makes of it, but it is
good amount of detail
in this like nice kind of bone colored filament. Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's a good amount of detail.
Yeah,
you're gonna need supports like on the inside of the ribs. There were supports, and then like the bottom jaw.
Oh, okay.
Bamboo kept warning me.
It says no supports for AMS, but
Oh,
your sliceable Dahlia.
Yeah, I mean, it kept warning me. I'm like, okay, enable it.
Right. And 3D Cuties has a nice selection of articulated, bony. Oh, they got a dragonfly, bony bones. That's
more Christmas stuff right there.
Yeah, articulated snowflake dragon and some. They're Grinches. Oh, that's cute.
A skeleton Grinch.
That is so cute.
Probably have to do that for next week.
Yeah, why not? That is very cute. Yeah, maybe add some supports here. You can see like the little bit there, little bits.
Yeah, man, it's
maybe print it with a 0.1 layer height.
Oh yeah. This was just 0.2.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
How'd you find it? You're just scrolling and it was a new model.
Oh my god, forever scrolling. Yeah,
forever scrolling.
For all the blog blog posts.
Cool hunter of 3D STLs. Yeah, that's cute. All right, well, shout out to 3D Cutes for releasing a free model, and it's still up. So folks want to print a skeleton, articulated skeleton reindeer, check it out. Pretty cool. All right, moving on to Community Makes, or still within Community Makes. We only got one this week. Shout out to Handy Randy RC. Last week they shared an unfinished print. This time they finished the Link's Highland Shield.
Nice.
So here it is in all its colorful glory. Yeah, I think it's some paint and some added details. So it's very nice. It's nice to see. Yeah. Maybe they finished it just in time for last week's Christmas or Christmas Halloween, sorry. All right, and that is the Community Makes this week. We appreciate everybody posting their makes, and we love seeing progress too. It's good to see like the initial print and then it finished. It's always fun. All right, let's check in on Discord. Anybody got any questions? Nightmare Before Christmas after Halloween. That's all right. Yeah. All right, cool. I think that's all the comments we got. Nothing here. Tyeth says that's lush. Yep, very nice. Probably the Adafruit logo looks lush. Yeah,
the colors, yes.
Shiny. It's so shiny. All right. Well, it's gonna do it. Next weekend, this weekend, if folks are in the Central Florida area and want to stop by, the Orlando Maker Faire is happening. Pedro will be there with the fam doing some video, I think. Yes. And you're not having a panel or anything. You're just going to be over there doing a couple activities with the kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So building with some silkscreen shirts, soldering kits, all that stuff. There are going to be some awesome makers there. You got Joel, 3D printing nerd, will be there showing off some cool stuff. And then Willow Creative, who's an amazing cosplayer that does props, 3D printed props and full-blown costumes. They're going to have a panel, I believe, and some other awesome makers. This is a full-blown Maker Faire event, not a mini Maker Faire. So you're going to see cupcakes and R2-D2 robots and who knows what else. Maybe drones, battle bots. Maybe racing. Do they do a little go-kart racing still? They got a racing track. Yeah, great venue. It's the Central Florida Fairgrounds, right? Mm-hmm. Oh no, Fairgrounds and Expo halls. Tons of 3D printing, tons of electronics. Maker Faire is not dead. it's full blown. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, looks great. So
for next year, I didn't see it until after it was already full up. They have a day, I think on Friday, where it's just the homeschool kids. So
that's
missed
great.
that. That would have been great to skip the crowds. Get in on early before.
Yeah, there's an event schedule. If folks want to take a look at that, find out exactly when people are talking and what guests are there. I'm sure you'll be hanging out in the the main exhibit area where folks are just sharing cool projects and yeah, good stuff. Maybe a good opportunity to offload some of the extra Adafruit boards that you don't need anymore. I don't know, just an idea. Me and Liz talked about that. It's like, oh man, we should get rid of these M4s. Donate them to John Gallagher or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, or some of the older boards. I don't know if you want. It's an idea. You don't have to. But anyway, Pedro will be there. Maker Faire, 8th and 9th. That's Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, I won't be there until Sunday night. I will be traveling to Florida this weekend. And that means me and Pedro will be out next week. So as a programming note, no 3D Hangouts next week. Because
just the Maker Faire video. We'll release that.
You'll have the Maker Faire video. But yeah, no show from us next week. But we'll be back the following week. And then there's some other holidays going on. It is full-on holiday season here.
Oh my God, yeah. There's so much.
Yeah.
We got Thanksgiving. We got anniversaries. We got kids' birthdays.
Yep. That's right.
Christmas.
Yep. Christmas, New Year's. So, but stay tuned to the Adafruit blog and Discord, and we'll be sure to let folks know. I'll make a blog post after this, we'll let folks know that we're out next week. Don't forget, if you want 10% off an Adafruit order, please use our coupon code POOLJAM. Works on everything that's in stock.
I think that's going to do it for the show.
Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out on all the social channels and of course, Discord. Thanks, folks. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I was about to say next week. That's funny, yeah. Just one quick note from Squid.jpg. Thinking about that too. Donating some older microcontroller boards. It's a good thing, yeah.
Looking at the shelves, like, oh my god, there's so many projects. Like the kids broke and then just put back on the shelf. Like, oh, nothing happened.
Yeah.
You get rid of so much stuff.
During the holidays, that's what I plan to do, is like kind of put some parts away and that sort of stuff, reorganize, that sort of thing. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks. But until then, remember to make a great day. Bye, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.